Bonjour les élèves. Today we are starting Unit 3. So in your note packet, make sure you turn to Unit 3. This is the first page, and at the top it'll say Common ER Verbs. So tournez à la page 43 for page 43 or Unit 3, page 1. You may want to start numbering your pages because it doesn't always say Unit 3 at the top. So the first one is Est-ce que tu aimes? Do you like? Remember, tu is you and aime is like. So est-ce que makes it a yes-no question. So est-ce que tu aimes? Do you like? If you need to pause the video at any point, do your notes, you can do so. J'aime, I like. You could put activities, foods, classes, anything after that. J'aime danser, I like to dance. J'aime les pommes, I like apples. Je n'aime pas, I don't like. Put the ne and pas around your verb and you make it negative. So, je n'aime pas, I don't like. Je préfère, I prefer. So, you could put those together. J'aime danser, mais je préfère chanter. I like to dance, but I prefer to sing. Acheter, to buy. J'ai besoin d'acheter un stylo. I need to buy a pen. So, acheter. Adorer, like the word adore, to love or to adore. Aimer, to like. A lot of times it is used kind of as love also. Aider, to help. So that's where we get first aid is the first help you get. Financial aid is the financial help. And the expression, Mayday, Mayday, when a plane is crashing, that is saying, help me in French. Chanter, to sing, like to chant. Cuisiner, to cook, like the word cuisine, which is food or kitchen, or also you had it in the professions as a cuisinier, a cook. Danser, same word except with an S, to dance. Make sure you add the word to. Whenever you see an ER at the end of these words, that means the word to is there in English. Déjeuner, to have lunch. We've had that before too. Détester, to hate, to dislike, to detest something. Dîner, to have or to eat dinner. We have to add a bunch of words in English to say that. In French, it's one word, dîner. Donner, to give. That's where we get the word donate from in English. You are giving something. Écouter, to listen. Étudier, to study. Fermer, to close. Fermer la porte, close the door. We had that in the school unit. Garder is to watch over. You could garder la maison, watch somebody's house. Garder les enfants, watch the children. Garder le chien, watch a dog. So kind of like babysit, house sit. It's the same kind of thing. Goûter is to taste or to snack. Habiter, to live, like the word habitat. A habitat is where somebody lives. A habitant is the person who lives there. Inviter, to invite, a cognate. Jouer is to play, and you can use that with instruments and sports and games. So jouer au basket or jouer au basketball. You can use it either way. Sometimes people will drop off it and do it as a short, as basket, to play basketball. Jouer au hockey, to play hockey. Jouer au volley or jouer au volleyball, to play volleyball. Jouer au tennis, to play tennis. Almost all the sports are cognates. Jouer au foot or jouer au football, to play soccer. Remember, it's football in every other country. Jouer au football américain, to play our type of football, to play American football. Jouer aux jeux vidéo, to play video games. Manger, to eat. Nager, to swim. Organiser is to plan, like to organize a party, to plan a party, to plan an event. It's not like to organize your locker. No, so it's to plan something. Parler, to speak or to talk. If I said parler, plus fort, speak louder. Parler anglais, to speak English. You could put any of those nationalities that we had. They're all languages after that. Parler français, to speak French. Parler espagnol, to speak Spanish. If you said parler allemand, it would be to speak German. So you could put things together. Remember, think of things as puzzle pieces. Préférer, we've seen it before conjugated at the top. Now you have it with just the ER on it. To prefer. Regarder, to look or to watch. So regarder le tableau, look at the board. Regarder la télé, watch TV. Ranger, that is to clean up or organize. So if you say ranger la chambre, that'd be like cleaning up your bedroom. Ranger le casier, clean your locker, organize your locker. Surfer sur l'internet is to use the computer to surf the web. There are many other expressions also. Téléphoner, to talk on the phone or to call someone on the phone. Travailler, to work. Be careful, that's a tricky one. You got to watch the spellings of that one too. So, travailler. Voyager, to travel. That's where we get the word bon voyage. Bon is French, remember, for good. Voyage is trip. So, bon voyage, have a good trip. We use that in English. Visiter is to visit a place, not a person. That's a different verb. Okay, the extras I want you to add, you can put them along the sides, anywhere you have room on that page. Dessiner, some of you love to do this, to draw. Dessiner. I do say this word quite often in class. Marcher, to walk. So that's to walk from point A to point B, because you have to get there. It can also be, marcher can also mean to work or function, like as a TV. The TV works, the computer works, that kind of thing. Patiner can mean to skate. Most of the time it refers to ice skating, but it can be any of them, and they can add extra words afterwards too. Skier, to ski. Utiliser, to use, like utilize. We do have that word in English, and that is to use. Okay, continuing on that same note page, you'll notice the conjugating section is there. We did this last year, so this is just a quick review. So you can't just use them on their own. You can't just say, I do speak English. Ooh, and not so well then, do you? I do dance. No. You have to conjugate your ER verbs if you're putting them into sentences. The first verb of a sentence has to be conjugated. So how do you do it? If you don't take off that ER, that's your first thing to do. You're adding the word to. I to dance, you to sing, I to speak English. You don't want to do that. So step one is taking off that ER. So how do I conjugate it? You got to stop and think. What do I have to do? Step one, take off the ER. So you have parler, to speak, danser, to dance. We take away that ER, we cross it off, and you're left with the root or the stem, P-A-R-L or D-A-N-S. That is called the stem. Step two, correct endings. You need to put the right ending onto that stem. How does the word end? So this is what you're looking at. Kind of think of it as a flower. You have your stem, and at the end, you have your ER. we need to take away that ER. So you have chante, you take off the ER. Your stem is chante. That's what you're going to be working with, unless you want to say to sing. So adding our endings, what are they? You take off the ER and your petals are our endings. The je form uses an E. The tu form uses an ES. The il and L uses an E. Nu uses an ONS. Vu uses an EZ. And il and L use an ENT. All of them are silent, except for the nu and vu form. So they all sound the same. They just look different in writing. So when you look at your endings, they look like this. E, E-S-E, O-N-S, E-Z-E-N-T. We had our little chant last year too. E, E-S-E, O-N-S, E-Z-E-N-T, E, E-S-E, O-N-S, E-Z-E-N-T. You have to know these endings. They're going to come back on many verbs and different verb tenses. You can't go in French without knowing these endings. So let's look what happens. If you're going to conjugate a verb, you have parler, to speak. You have je parle, tu parles, il, elle parle, I speak, you speak, he, she speaks. Nous parlons, vous parlez, il parle, elle parle. So you took off the ER, you added your endings, E, E-S-E, O-N-S, E-Z-E-N-T. So when you conjugate it, this is what makes it a little complicated for us English speakers. There is one sentence in French that equals 3 in English. So when I say je chante, that could be I sing. It could be I am singing. It could be I do sing. So when you are looking at your sentences, be careful. Don't add all these little extra words that we add. Stop and think and go, what's my person? Then write that down, je. What's that person doing? Singing? That's the word you need. So then you use chanter. Take off the ER, add your ending. That's all. 2 steps. So the golden rule is this. Never, ever use être or avoir, any of their forms, with an ER verb in our class. There's some exceptions way down the line, but right now, never, ever do it. Otherwise, people don't really know what you're saying. They know you made a mistake, but they don't know what mistake you made. So it could be a little confusing. So never, ever, ever use any être or avoir forms with these ER verbs. Remember, even though we do in English. Okay, au revoir.